Ace, Tony Paolillo, and Robin Taylor. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge of the ring, referee Ricky Gonzalez. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing white with green and gold trim. When he stepped on the scale, he weighed in at an official 154 1/4 pounds. This two-time Olympian enters the ring for the second time as a pro with a record of 1 victory and 1 KO. Fighting out of Hisar, India, the Indian Tank, Vikas Krishan. Across the ring in the red corner, wearing black with silver trim, he weighed in at an official 153 1/4 pounds. In his 6th pro bout, with a record of 3 victories against 1 defeat, 1 draw, 2 of those victories coming by way of KO. From Jefferson City, Missouri, Noah Hands Kid.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch them up.
Referee Ricky Gonzalez finalizing the instructions here at Madison Square Garden, where we get our action underway. A big night for us, which will culminate in our pay-per-view main event featuring Amir Khan taking on Terrence Crawford, trying to take his belt away here in the United States. The man from Bolton, Manchester, England, wanting to make a name for himself and prove that he is elite. But first, Tim, we've got a lot of action, including this young man, Vikas Krishan, who is ready to make a name for himself in the United States and become the greatest thing to come out of India.
Yeah, I mean, he's an Olympian, you know, but this is the pro game. I'm glad, you know, you did well for your country and you won a medal. But this is the pro game now. Let's see how well he transitions.
The southpaw beat Charles Conwell from the U.S. in the Rio 2016 Olympics, which was his 2nd participation in the Olympics. And Noah Hands Kid has no respect for his pedigree as an amateur, coming in strong, and he gets caught with a nice jab as he was stepping in.
Well, right away, one mistake that Krishan is making is he's stepping back, and he's not disciplined with his hands. You see him step straight back. All you got to do is follow a guy out when he steps straight back with a punch.
It's almost a tackle there from Noah Kidd, the 23-year-old out of Jefferson City, Missouri. Fights rarely out of his hometown, but this is his 2nd consecutive fight in New York, coming off of a knockout loss against another Olympian, gold medalist Daniyar Yelusinov, who won gold for Kazakhstan. Also under a nice right hook there from Krishan.
And nice stepping around after that. You know, when you step around, you leave your opponent. That's like defense for you. Getting around them, 90-degree angle, and you get out of the way of shots. Beautiful movement right there by Krishan.
Krishan very effective when he's coming forward throwing punches. It's a different story when it's Kid who's throwing his hands.
Yeah, you know, the problem with, you know, when you transition, a lot of times is the guys, young guys don't really realize that every time they drop their hands, they're giving their opponent an opportunity to land something. These are 8-ounce gloves. You know, it's not like the amateurs where you have, you know, a headgear on and you feel a little bit more protected. So it's a lot of skill you have to learn. Every aspect of the ring, inside, outside, mid-range.
That mission falls on Wally Moses, who is training Vikas Krishan as he trains his grandson, Shakur Stevenson, one of the brightest prospects in boxing today, who we will see on tonight's pay-per-view. Big looping shot there from Noah Kidd, who was 2nd on that combination as Krishan landed 1st. You could see Kidd looking a little bit exhausted.
Yeah, Kidd been, you know, coming out trying to be aggressive, just trying to let his hands go and put up a fight. But, you know, I know he knows what he's here to do. He's here to put up a fight, but Krishan is here. He's supposed to win, but if he gets hit cleanly with shots like that, he might not.
And Krishan landed a nice body shot there, right hook to the solar plexus.
beautiful. How you feel? Good. Good. I like what I saw round one in the bank. Use your jab. Stay focused. Don't run from him, but at the same time, let him know if he comes in there, I'm going to touch him something. Combinate. I haven't seen much of this. I haven't seen much of this here, okay?
Glad you're here with us on this undercard action leading up to a great pay-per-view event. Terrence Crawford taking on Amir Khan. That'll be at 9 Eastern. For now, it's time for prospects. And Vikas Krishan, he's a fighter who has made history in India, becoming the only fighter to conquer gold at both the Commonwealth and the Asian Games. But Tim, this is the pro game, and his opponent tonight, Noah Kidd, he's got upset on his mind.
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing shots from different angles. You know, it's really hard to really time a fighter that really don't have a style. And you know, Kidd, you know, that's like shots like that, you know, unpredictable shots. Krishan got to just be careful. He needs to stay behind his fundamentals and his technique. You know, use his jab, not try to rush everything. You know, Krishan's really trying to look for, you know, a big power shot to try to end the night.
You know, in the corner, Noah Kidd's trainer was saying, hey, go underneath. What did he mean by that?
Go underneath, with the uppercut.
Yes.
You know, he sees Krishan leaning forward, especially when they get close in the inside, and putting those earmuffs on. You can split the guard by shooting an uppercut right up the middle.
That right hand is very low for Krishan, who's wearing the white trunks trimmed in gold and green. And Noah Kidd just keeps coming forward. Gets caught there with a body shot from Krishan.
Yeah, Kidd is just, you know, brute, crude, just coming forward, swinging, trying to land something, trying to, you know, force Krishan out because he knows he has his opportunities when he's pulling straight back with his hands down.
Oh, beautiful uppercut. But he's going to get more. He kind of had his weight on him and then landed that uppercut. And the third man in the ring, Ricky Gonzalez, was very quick to admonish him for that. But hey, if your opponent gives you that, you go for it. Except if he hadn't put his arm above it, it would have been a perfectly executed shot.
Yeah, it would have. It would have been.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
He was just taking advantage of his opportunity.
Right. Ooh, nice jab to the body. That really opens up opportunities for Krishan to go upstairs when he goes to the body first.
Absolutely right. You know, you're trying to bring the defense down of your opponent by going down to the body.
There are those left hooks to the solar plexus, and there, a shot that lands to the back of the head. But you see how he varies his offense, going downstairs first and then looking upstairs.
It's very good. You want to, you know, throw surprising shots, set up shots on your opponent. Breaking them down to the body is a great way to slow him down. You see right away, Kidd standing still, not as active as he was earlier because of those body shots.
Krishan still moving back, but Kidd not being as successful in finding him as round two comes to an end for our scheduled 6-rounder from Madison Square Garden.
Not a bad round. Not a bad round. Okay, I learned something about the kid that round. He don't like.
Wing time. 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
He's the pound-for-pound king. What a shot! This fight is over! Amir Khan, he's coming straight at him.
This young man is dangerous.
This thing's gonna end in no time. The world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden.
The World Welterweight Championship, Crawford versus Khan, tonight at 9, live on pay-per-view.
Round three of a scheduled 6-round bout. Vikas Krishan taking on Noah Kidd. I'm Bernardo Osuna alongside former world champion Timothy Bradley. Kidd looking to come out strong here in the third round. And Tim, I know that you have a checklist of what you look for in young prospects. What's Krishan doing right and what's he lacking?
Well, I'll tell you my list of, you know, what I look for in a prospect. First of all, you know, I want to see if he's getting better with every fight. I want to know if he can box. I want to know if he can punch. Does he understand distance? Does he have fundamentals? I need to be able to see if he can mature in the ring and figure things out and make adjustments. Does he have heart? Can he take it and can he dish it? Is he dedicated? Is he disciplined? Those are some of the, hey, it is. You know, because it's real in the ring.
Yes, it is. And that's what a lot of these fighters who are transitioning from the amateur game to the pro game need to understand. And we've already seen the work that Wally Moses has done with Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
You know, having to sit on his punches,
right,
turn them over. And that's exactly what he's trying to do and develop in Krishan.
Yeah, Krishan is sitting down to the body. You know, sometimes he falls in after he throws a straight left hand.
Oh. That was a nice body shot. Once again, when Kid throws those looping shots, Krishan is really good about going to the body first.
Very important. You know, when they're throwing up top, the body is open, always.
That's a nice three-punch combination from Krishan. And then you see Noah Kid come in and tie up. What does that tell you when a guy like Kid, who has been so active early, decides, all right, it's time to hold?
Well, the body shots is now affecting him. You know, he put in work. Krishan put in work down to the body, and you see, you know, the head is starting to stay still.
He's exhaling too. When he gets hit, you can see him laboring to breathe. And you know, it's those body shots in there. Krishan is just poking to the body. You know, sometimes he's digging, sometimes he's poking, but he's making Kid think about where that shot's going.
He's just making contact, and he's having success now. And it's going to open up a lot of offense for him up top.
He switched things up there, Krishan. The normal way is you open up with the jab and go to the body. Krishan is doing a great job of, or has been doing a great job of going downstairs first and then opening up the shot upstairs. And there he went, jab and body, more conventional, because he's got Kid thinking about it.
Well, Kid's just trying to take the space away right now. And Krishan is just, you know, doing subtle movement, moving around him, digging him down to the body, you know, and continuously trying to weak and beat on him.
We're halfway through this scheduled 6-rounder here at Madison Square Garden.
Look, man, look, Vikas, I'm gonna tell you what, you hear me telling you to jab, okay? Let's chill out and breathe. But look, okay, now right now, this guy is here for you to take. It's about your will right now. Start doubling your jab and start stepping around. Okay, now look. Stop stepping back, okay? When he's a step over and throw the left hand and start throwing 3 and 4.
And then drop one when he's trying to get out of there. He's starting to tire, Kid. He's starting to tire a little bit. How you feeling? Good. Keep working behind a good stiff jab. You're already further than you went last time. We're into 4. Finish line's coming, baby. Check it out.
Round 4 of a scheduled 6-rounder. Bernardo Osuna alongside Timothy Bradley from Madison Square Garden, leading up to Crawford Con, tonight's ESPN pay-per-view at 9 Eastern. And the message was the same from both corners as Kid comes out throwing. Both trainers were saying, hey, your opponent's tired. It's a psychological game, Tim.
Let's look at this replay. See the punches landed here. Body shot right there. As you see, Kid steps in without a jab, putting those earmuffs on, gets hit with a body shot. And there's another shot there, a straight left hand down the middle as Kid tries to get inside without using his jab and just walking straight in. Target practice for Krishan.
Here's a body shots total. Look at Krishan. 39 of his 77 punches have been landed to the body. That's 51%. That's pretty effective. And it's brought down the punch output of a Kid so far in this fight. And it's really changed the tide because Kid, with his speed early on, was giving Krishan trouble.
Yeah, you know, Krishan is found a home with the body shots, and that slowed down Kid. And if he continues to go down to the body,
like he did there.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to continue to weaken Kid.
At the end of round 3, we noticed that Krishan had a slight cut over the right outside of the eye. It seems to be in a spot that really doesn't bother too much.
No, first time for a prospect being cut. It's not in a bad spot, you know, so he's able to deal with it well. But once that blood starts dripping down in your eye, blurs your vision, can't see.
Krishan, a very accomplished person outside of the ring. Apart from his 2 Olympic runs, he finished his studies at Kurukshetra University. That was after the London Olympics, and he also fulfilled his training with the Haryana State Police. So he's a busy man outside the ring as well.
He's a busy man outside the ring, but I must tell you, you know, you got to be married to this boxing game, man. You know, seriously. And if you want to be a serious contender and a champion in this game, you can't be having a job.
Well, he doesn't. Now he's dedicated out here training with Wally Moses in New Jersey, part of Shakur Stevenson's team when he's not out there in Colorado with Terrence Crawford, getting the top-notch training and the ambiance of what it's like to be around a champion.
That's right. One of the things that I need to see from Krishan is I need to see just better fundamentals, you know, pulling back with his hands down. I also need to see him, you know, defense, move his head. Don't get hit. Hit and don't get hit.
Right towards the end of the round, he gets a little jumpy every time. And if you time him, if you fade and time him, we're going to catch him jumping right at the end of the round. You had a good, strong round. Every round, I feel you gaining confidence and him losing confidence. How you feel?
Great. Okay. Yeah, don't act like you're crazy, because you ain't doing shit in there, not what you think you're doing. Okay? You letting this guy grab you. You're not stepping around. You're not using your legs. He's back.
Ah, that's a beautiful combination. Crawford is accurate tonight. Man, he is really sharp.
Oh, straight right hand. Punching between punches and a flush left hand on the attack. Oh, nearly floored a man. What a huge right hand. And he has done it. That man is the best in the world.
As we take a look at the top 10 rankings at the welterweight division, Terrence Crawford sits right behind Errol Spence, who's the IBF champion. And as I spoke to Terrence yesterday at the weigh-in, he seemed more concerned about being ranked #1 at the welterweight division than huge upside for Krishan in a populous country like India.
Yeah, but he got a long way to go, man. He got a long way to go.
Don't get ahead of myself?
No, a long way to go. A lot to learn in the sport of boxing.
But he's got a good matchmaker.
That's true. Very true.
The path can be set, but hey, it's a weight class at 54, and we'll see how long he can stay here with this physique. As a 27-year-old, it's a weight class that has talent.
Yeah, as a 27-year-old, he's a little bit, you know, older, you know, because of the Olympics and staying in amateur boxing for a long time, you know, and I still see some habits that he needs to break, you know, from being in the Olympics, you know, pulling back. There it is again, pulling back with his hands down. If I was in Kid's corner, I would tell him, walk him down. As he moves away, attack him, throw a looping shot, either right hook or left hook.
Man who throws hooks from upstairs is Mark Krieger. What do you got, Mark?
Thank you, Bernardo. Listen, watching Krishan, I understand the motive behind it. You open up the whole, you know, almost a continent. A great economic value, but someone's got to explain to me. He's wide open. How did he beat Errol Spence, if only for 5 hours, in the 2012 Olympics?
Yeah, that was eventually overturned, and because of the fouls, it was actually overturned when on review. The judges decided to overturn a 113-111 victory in favor of Krishan. And then Errol Spence was able to forge his way into Olympic glory and move on to professional glory. Once again, Krishan gets tagged, and his trainer told him, hey, near the end of the round, he gets jumpy, you can take advantage of that.
Yeah, he gets jumpy and he pulls straight back. I say it again, time and time again. You got to stop pulling straight back. It's something that he needs to work on, you know, after you view this film tonight, and, you know, correct.
Some wild shots from both fighters. Let's listen in to what Wally Moses has to say to Vikas Krishan, who doesn't sit.
Vikas, sit down, sit down. Sit down.
First thing, sit down.
Now listen, I'm telling you, listen. You see why you keep grabbing and holding instead of stepping around it? Why do you keep grabbing and holding? Do you know that was bad? Oh, no. What the fuck? Oh, okay, big guy. I'm gonna tell you like this here. You gotta think about your life right now, okay? Because right now, you don't win this fight, they're gonna send you back to India, okay?
That's right, I'm touching.
Okay? You hear me? I'm talking to you. Right now, you looking that fucking bad. This motherfucker look worse than you. Fuck the time. We telling you to keep jabbing and scoring, you not doing it. Huh?
Wally Moses, you can sense
now,
that urgency. He's not too happy with what he's doing.
No, and he shouldn't be. I mean, he's getting hit with unnecessary shots.
It's a fight that he could easily dominate with his body work and the jab, but the flaws have not been corrected in fight, and he hasn't really made any adjustments.
No, he hasn't made any adjustments, and you know, like I said, one of the keys was, does he have punching power? And Krishan right now, he lands some flush punches, and it was really no effect.
Nice.
You know, no effect on Kid.
Yeah, nice uppercut as we were looking at the total number of punches. In terms of output, Krishan is landing more and he's throwing more. It's just those moments where he has those lapses of concentration and just depends on maybe.
कुछ लीजिए आप तो बेटी कुछ बताओ अपने बारे में नेटफ्लिक्स पे क्या देखती हो
हम साथ साथ हैं हम आपके हैं कौन
वाह
प्रेम रतन धन पायो
तीसरी जी
3 बार जी स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स मनी हाइस्ट और नार्कोस भी देखती हूँ
और स्क्विड गेम
ऑफ कोर्स
सबकी पसंद वाला नेटफ्लिक्स अपनी पसंद वाला नेटफ्लिक्स अब देखिए किसी भी डिवाइस पर सिर्फ ₹199 में There's a Netflix for all.
Taking a good shot, and this is where he's at his best. We said from the beginning, Tim, when he lets his hands go, Krishan is doing well. When he's on the defensive, that's where Kid has his best moments.
Yeah, when he's outside, controlling range, and using his jab to set up his combination, that's when he's at his very best. But anytime he abandons his jab, and he allow Kid to move inside and just let his hands go, and he tries to pull away to get deep, become more defensive, that's when he gets hit.
That was precisely the frustration of Wally Moses, his trainer. Nice step over and then right hook by Krishan, finally showing some different wrinkles here in round 6.
Kid just lunging in, he got clipped with the left hook. He got clipped with actually a right hook from Krishan, right on the button. Staggered just a tad bit, just a little bit. He staggered a little bit. He was hurt just for a split second, but there was no second follow-up shot, you know.
And Wally Moses wants that left hand to come behind the right, behind the jab. There's that body shot. Nice right hook to the body, follows it up with another left hook. That's been his most effective work all night long. When he works to the body, Krishan is a whole different fighter.
Yeah, but it hasn't done anything to discourage Kid. Slowed him down a bit.
Here we see 64 of 127 body shots landed. That's a 50% clip for Krishan. Now, he's landed a lot, but is he not sitting on his punches? What's he not doing that should have stopped Kid in his tracks when you land that many body shots?
Kid is just really tough. You know, some guys can take it. He's sitting. It seems like he's sitting down on his shots, but you know, it's not having a whole lot of effect. It just means that, you know, he's not as powerful as he thought he was, or we think he is. He has okay punching power.
We've seen this before, a prospect with okay punching power that they seem to guide properly through their career. Both fighters land there.
Krishan was hurt with that shot.
He's holding on now.
He was hurt with that shot.
It was just bad form, the way he set up to throw his shot. All right, final seconds of round number 6, and Krishan looking to put a finishing touches on this, as is Kid. Krishan finishes the fight how he started, walking straight back. And Kid, he's got to be happy with his performance. May not get the decision tonight here at Madison Square Garden in New York, but he gave Vikas Krishan a run for his money, although the punch outs are completely in favor of the fighter out of India. There you see that cut that occurred in the 3rd round. The corner did a really good job of taking care of that. Tim, let's take a look at the best action we saw here in our opening bout.
Oh, you're going to see a nice little uppercut from Kid here, splitting the guard of Krishan. Why? Because he put those earmuffs on, sitting straight in the pocket. Here, Krishan, this has been the signature punch all night long for Krishan, going down to the body, breaking down Kid, having success every now and then up the top. Beautiful right hook by Krishan, buzzed Kid for a split second. I think Krishan did enough to win this fight. I think when he goes back and review this tape, there's a lot he needs to work on. If he wants to continue to move forward and progress in the pro game, he needs to let go of those amateur habits. And it's going to be tough because he's been around for a minute in the amateurs. But that's what he's going to need to do. I wasn't impressed with him tonight, even being a possible prospect. So got a lot of work to do, man.
Yeah, I don't even think that the label of prospect can be bestowed upon him tonight just based on what he did. I mean, because of all the work that needs to be done, I'm sure that Wally Moses will take a look at this fight and say, look, against not even an elite level opponent, a competent opponent, you cannot step right, straight back every single time, The defense, he's got to move his head. There's a lot to work on, you mentioned.
It's one of those things where you're looking for that flash, you're looking for that next good one. I don't think Krishan's that guy, man. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think he's that guy.
All right, we got a lot to see. Most importantly, the scorecards. Lupe Contreras with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going the distance here at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, the official scorecard reads as follows. Judges Nace and Taylor turn in identical scorecards of 60-54, and Judge Paolillo scores it 59-55. All three in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. The Indian Tang, Vikas Krishan.
Did he deserve the victory? I agree with that. Do I believe that he got a shutout tonight? Not at all.
No, he didn't get a shutout tonight.
All right, but the scorecards are in favor of Vikas Krishan, who improves to 2-0 with 1 knockout. We'll be back for more here at Madison Square Garden.